everybody, and welcome to Tables, Ladders, and Chairs. Just kidding, it's Tables, Ladders, and Trolls. You know better than that. But anyway, I'm here by myself, all alone. I'm all alone. Ain't got nobody beside me. No, but for real. Today we have a great show. What we're going to be discussing is we're going to be going over Monday Night Raw, NXT, Friday Night SmackDown, and AEW. So things have been a little weird on Monday Night Raw, and I'm actually really surprised that they took the turn that they did. So Monday Night Raw had a Hell in a Cell match between Xavier Woods and Bobby Lashley. We'll get a little bit into that, but man, it was just a weird show Monday. So beginning out Monday night, it starts out with Bobby MVP coming out there. They come out there, they're ranting about whatever they usually rant about, like, hey, we don't, there's nobody left for us to beat, blah, 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 blah. And Kofi Kingston comes out there and he's just like, hey, I beat you once and I never really got a fair shot on the title. So how about that, I become your next opponent. So Bobby Lashley was like, yeah, sure. Kofi Kingston's a scrawny guy. Bobby Lashley's a big buff guy. Bobby Lashley obviously believes, he can take on Kofi Kingston easily. So that's fine. I understand. Completely fine with me. I'm down with it. But what really threw me off is, for some reason, they have Xavier Woods call out Bobby Lashley, and Bobby Lashley's just sitting there, and he's just like, hey, you've never beat me before. So, you're just a lackey. You'll never be a main event player. You're not anything good. And Xavier Woods is like, oh, well, take me on tonight. Okay, that's fine. I can do that, Bobby says. And Woods is like, well, I'm going to prove to you that I'm a main event player. So we're not only going to have a match, but we're going to have a match for, and he points in the air, Hell in a Cell. Don't know why. There's no build up to it, no reason for it. But sure, let's have a Hell in a Cell match on Raw since like 1997 or 98 or something like that. It's fine. I mean, that's fine with me. That's cool. But what threw me for the loop is, you're making Hell in a Cell not as nostalgia as it should be when you do random matches like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I completely understand that people love watching Hell in a Cell matches and they, really get into them because they are fun matches to watch. But yeah, SmackDown did do it too. That's one thing that we did talk about last week. Is SmackDown did it with Roman and Ray. And then on Raw, they do it with Bobby and Xavier. So I'm not dissing either competitor. I think Bobby Lashley and Xavier Woods are both top tier competitors. I'm dissing the fact that you're not really making Monday Night Raw better by putting it into a Hell in a Cell match. I feel like Vince is just throwing crap at a wall at this point and seeing what sticks. And somebody brought the idea up to him, hey, Hell in a Cell match on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. What could go wrong? Well, a lot. A lot can go wrong. But anyway, we transition from that, and that segment's over. And Hell in a Cell's later on that night. We'll get into it. So we have our first match of the night, and this is for Money in the Bank. This is to compete in Money in the Bank. So our first match is AJ and Ricochet. So you go into this thinking AJ Styles is going to win because, one, it's AJ Styles, one of the best wrestlers probably in the world, and I will literally fight anybody that says he's not, because AJ Styles is legit one of the best wrestlers in the world. To be fair, they got to do something to take up for 3 hours. You're not wrong. And Watson, I completely agree with you, man. SmackDown was better. Especially SmackDown's Hell in a Cell was better. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, so you have AJ, you have Ricochet. They both face each other for whoever enter to be of the winner of Money in the Bank. Cool. I went into this thinking AJ Styles wins this, no problem, right? 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 Like, anybody agree with me here? AJ Styles is supposed to win over Ricochet. Like, that's just how that works because you're using Ricochet as a jobber. No. No. Ricochet goes in this and he wins. I was surprised. I'm not upset because I think Ricochet's awesome, but I'm very surprised because I was honestly expecting Ricochet to be in one of the next releases. As much as I hate to say that because the boy's from Paducah and he's a Kentucky boy. So obviously I want Ricochet to succeed because I'm from Kentucky. He's from Kentucky. I obviously want him to be successful. So yeah, I went into this thinking, okay, Ricochet's just going to lose that. He's going to job out to AJ Styles. No, he wins. Okay, now he's in Money in the Bank. Do I think he's going to win Money in the Bank? Probably not. Now, if he did, I would be surprised and I would love it. And I'm not saying that it would be a bad thing to put Money in the Bank on Ricochet, but you haven't built this dude up enough to make him look like an actual competitor for WWE. They have built Ricochet so poorly that he looks like that he's just kind of there. Like he's just among the crowd. So I'm cool with this. I'm cool with Ricochet being in Money Bank. Do I think he's going to win? No. So we move on. And we have a women's tag team match. So you think women's tag team match, okay. And two women are going to advance and go on to the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. So you have Nia Jax and Baszler versus Alexa Bliss and a very, very, very interesting Nikki Cross. And when I say that, and if you haven't watched Monday Night Raw, so this is a spoiler, Nikki Cross kind of looks like Mighty Holly now. Or Molly Molly. I can't remember what she went by. But it was when that Molly Holly was doing the whole superhero gimmick. So Nikki Cross, she does a backstage segment. She comes out and she's wearing a cape. And like the camera kind of, like pans out a little bit. And you can see the cape and like the tassels and stuff like that. And then like it pans out to her wearing a mask. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, why? Why does she need a mask? She's a superhero. Well, she doesn't need to be a superhero because we've had that gimmick before and that's overused. Now, am I dissing her for doing it? No, I'm not dissing Nikki Cross at all for doing it because from what I read, it is her personal gimmick and that's perfectly fine. Like if you wanted to come up with something and Vince rolls with it, because we all know that Vince McMahon barely goes along with any actual character development that the actual superstars want to do for themselves. So her doing and bringing this idea up to Vince and Vince actually going along with it and being like, yeah, go ahead, do it. Okay, you got me on that. But there was another superhero that's done this a time or two named the Hurricane. There's another superhero that's done this called Rosie. There's another one called Mighty Molly. So, yeah, another superhero gimmick. Woo. Like I said, I'm not mad at it because it's Nikki Cross's thing. And apparently this was her thing that she did back when she was in the Indies. That's fine. I'm just kind of aggravated at the fact that she couldn't really come up with something else because she's got all the talent in the world to build a character, but she goes back to her indie days of being just a superhero. And I'm fine with that. Do you. But at the same time, if you want to get yourself over in this business, you got to come up with something that really draws the crowd in. So it's just more aggravating than anything watching another gimmick be reused like that, because that's the thing with wrestling now is you don't really see the original gimmicks anymore. So that's fine. So I went into this thinking, nah, Jax, Baszler probably wins. Nah, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Okay. Okay, you got me. So I'm not mad at it. That's perfectly fine with me. And we had a couple more, like qualifying matches. Riddle ends up qualifying, which I was happy about because I don't care what anybody says. Riddle's actually really good, and he works his stoner character really well. Um, so they're just throwing Bliss everywhere, man. You're not wrong. You're really not. And yes, we've had way too many superhero gimmicks. I completely agree with you on that. Um, but yeah, I'm not mad that Riddle advanced the Money in the Bank. I'm not going to think he's going to win by a long shot because I really think that him and Randy Orton are going to pick up the tag team titles later on. But I like Riddle. I mean, I talk to a lot of people here and they don't like Riddle because, well, Palmer has a problem with him because he don't wear shoes, which don't bother me. I don't really care. And that he don't wear like knee pads and arm pads and stuff. I don't really care about that. And a lot of people just have a problem with him because I guess of the whole stoner gimmick too. But I don't really have a problem with the stoner gimmick. Like RVD kind of did that, but just way turned down because Vince made him. And I don't have a problem with it. I think it's funny. Like honestly, and that's the best thing about that gimmick is it's funny. RK Bro was amazing in my opinion. And I'm just happy to see Riddle get pushed, man. It was really something that I didn't think was going to happen because like he had all those allegations come out about him, and then they turned out to not be true. And I really felt bad for him because he had got accused for a lot of stuff that he didn't do, and that's why they had to drop Matt from his name, so he was Matt Riddle, and then he's just Riddle. And it kind of hurt him with his popularity, and then like the pandemic came in, and then he couldn't have a live crowd chanting his name anymore. And when you're new in chat, you know this because if you're in here, you know wrestling. If you're new, you need that crowd. You need that crowd to be behind you. That way Vince McMahon sees it, and that way Vince pushes you. I'm actually impressed that Riddle carried himself through the pandemic the way he did, because him doing that impressed Vince enough for Vince McMahon to start pushing him. That's a long shot, if you ask me. Like that's actually really hard to do in this day and age. It's have Vince McMahon push you. But yeah, so Riddle advances on. I'm cool with that. And he beat Drew McIntyre too, of all people. So that was like really strange too, because like you have Drew McIntyre, who's a two-time WWE champion, and he just, puts Riddle over. Okay, I'm cool with it. Drew McIntyre don't have to win them all. Obviously, he isn't because he hasn't picked the title back up. So I'm completely fine with who they have in Money in the Bank so far. So Raw goes on. It does its normal thing where you got some boring segments. You got some segments where you're like, well, bathroom break. So you go to the bathroom. Then we get to the Hell in a Cell. The Hell in a Cell match. And I'm not going to say it's a bad Hell in a Cell match, but it was so thrown together, and you can tell this. It was so thrown together that at some point in the match, I kind of just zoned out. And I'm kind of just sitting here watching this, and I'm like, why? Why? Why do you have Bobby Lashley and Xavier Woods in a Hell in a Cell match? If you wanted to do this no DQ, make this a no DQ match, and that's fine. There was no point for the cage, no point for the Hell in a Cell. Xavier Woods has already been in like 2 or 3 Hell in a Cell matches, so it's not like he was trying to, be in a Hell in a Cell match just to say that he's been in one. Bobby had just been in one on the previous night at Hell in a Cell. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just kind of mind blown. Like, why is this happening? But the match takes a kind of a cool turn at one point. So at one point, Xavier Woods, obviously being the smaller man, isn't going to get much heat over Bobby Lashley because it don't make sense, right? So at one point during the match, you have Bobby kind of just raking Xavier Woods' face against the steel cage, right, of the Hell in a Cell. And then at one point, you have Kofi outside of the cage, and he's just like going off on Bobby Lashley and MVP because MVP got himself into the cage and just kind of was hanging out and helping Bobby beat up Xavier Woods. And that's fine because you make Bobby look like the general heel that you need him to make him look like, right? That you need Bobby Lashley to look like this pure, just asshole of a heel. That's fine. I completely get that. My thing was, you could have done this a whole completely different way than doing Hell in a Cell, but it's whatever. I think Xavier Woods is actually trying to take some time off, so I completely understand why he did this, and it's probably just to write him off TV for a little while and let Kofi kind of shine, because Kofi shined a couple years ago. He did, but he needs to shine more because Kofi is way too good to only hold a world title one time. Now, I 100% do not believe that Kofi Kingston is picking up the WWE title at Money in the Bank. If he does, I'll be super surprised. But what I do believe is we're going to get a hell of a match out of those two, because Bobby can work, Kofi can definitely work, and we've seen that with years of experience now. And I really think that this could be one of those matches that tell a really good story, and that's something that I've noticed that WWE's been lackluster on a lot with a lot of matches, is you don't have that story in there. You don't have that somebody in there telling why they're beating this person up, why they're mad at this person. And that's what just really sets WWE apart from most wrestling companies today. Because as much as I, hate to say it, WWE is really kind of lackluster on their stories now. So that time that he accidentally forgot his Jamaican accent, the best segment ever, one of the best segments ever, I'm telling you. And it made it even better that Triple H called him out on it, too, after that. But I'm fine with them doing what they're going to do. So, I guess at Money in the Bank, we have Kofi Kingston versus Bobby Lashley. And that's cool. I'm fine with that. Give Kofi another shot, man. I'm cool with it. So, let's go ahead and jump out of Raw. And let's discuss a little bit about NXT. So, NXT, interesting, very interesting. It wasn't as exciting as last week's episode, and I don't know if that's just because Samoa Joe had came back, and so that was super exciting to me to see Samoa Joe back. But it was very, I'm not going to say boring, because NXT is not really boring. It was just very what are you doing kind of situation. So, NXT starts out normal kind of situation. Adam Cole comes out there because he's got a match. He's got to pick somebody. And a new up-and-comer comes up. I cannot for the life of me remember his name. Chad, if you remember his name, let me know, because I feel really bad for not remembering this guy's name. But he does the ruthless aggression thing. that John Cena did against Kurt Angle back in 2002. And I'm not dissing it. I think it's fine, but I'm kind of sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, that's not really how you get yourself over by stealing somebody else's stuff. It don't work. I promise. It will not work stealing somebody else's gimmick and doing that. Given it worked for John Cena, but that's John Cena. This guy probably isn't going to be another John Cena. I don't know. He could be in 20 years and I could be putting my foot in my mouth. But I doubt it, especially with the way WWE's ran these days. So Adam Cole and this guy, they have a great match. And I, for the life of me, wish I could remember this guy's name. But they have a wonderful match. And at the end, obviously, Adam Cole wins. You know what was happening. Adam Cole's definitely going to go over. And so you just kind of have that, and that's grabbing a drink. All right, you grab a drink, Kelly. But you kind of have that, and that's the end of that. So cool. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. So Carmelo Hayes, that's who it was. He's a young up and comer. He's not like super well known in WWE yet. He could have been in the Indies, but I haven't kept up with the Indies in a couple of years just because of like everything been going on with the pandemic and stuff. So, young up and comer, that's cool. You want to do that. You want to say, ruthless aggression and then smack Adam Cole. But, dude, you got to come up with something better than that. You can't be just gimmicking off somebody else's stuff. But yeah, we'll move on and talk about some other stuff that happened on NXT. A lot of stuff were just kind of throwaway matches in NXT that happened. Nothing too crazy. But one match that really stood out to me, and I knew it would because it was the main event. Kyle O'Reilly versus Kushida, the Cruiserweight champion, Kushida. I was very impressed by that. Like, I was very like, man, this is good. I like this. Kushida, and Kyle O'Reilly, they have that chemistry with each other that they can just work, man. And that's just what was amazing by it, is Kushida is one of the best workers that NXT has. Kyle O'Reilly being one of the other best workers that they have. Kyle O'Reilly really just impressed me by how much that he could keep up with Kushida's style. So, what kind of drink did you grab? Yeah, tell us, Kelly. What kind of drink did you get? Let chat know. But it just really impressed me that just some water. It just really impressed me though that that they could both work so well with each other. And you could tell in the match that they were just kind of bouncing back and forth, trying to figure out what was going on. You can tell where they're calling spots, but they're doing it so well that the crowd can't hear. And I like when wrestlers do that. Please call spots to where nobody can hear. That's amazing to me. That was one of my biggest pet peeves with Kurt Angle is you could always hear his spots. Like, he was always so loud and talked so loud that he would just literally just yell. Made Liu Kang proud, letting down Mr. Steve Austin. Yeah, Kelly, you're on the wrestling show. You gotta get a beer for Stone Cold and be like, oh, hell yeah. He's somewhere shaking his head right now behind a computer. I know he is. I'm on the clock. It's okay. Nobody's gonna tell. It'll be all right. But Kyle O'Reilly picks up the win over Kushida, and I kind of didn't expect that. So Kushida had kind of been on this streak on where he was like, kind of, beating everybody. So I didn't expect him to lose to Kyle O'Reilly. That was actually really surprising to me. but I wasn't mad about it. I was like, okay, that's fine. I get why they did it. You got to make Kyle O'Reilly look strong because you're trying to build him up. I am 100% predicting that one day Kyle O'Reilly will be the NXT World Champion. And I hope he is because I think the guy's worked hard and he needs it. But what I want to talk about is the end of the match. So, the end of the match, you have Kyle O'Reilly and Kushida. They both shake hands. And then Adam Cole runs in and starts attacking Kyle O'Reilly. You kind of expect it. Okay. That's what I thought. That makes sense. What didn't make sense is Kushida's just kind of hanging out in the ring, kind of dumbfounded by what he's seeing. So he's just kind of like, huh? And then Roderick Strong shows up. And we haven't seen Roderick Strong since pretty much they all broke up with each other. So Roderick Strong shows up. He's got a new faction called Diamond Mine. And I know, chat, I know what you're thinking. Chris, what kind of name is Diamond Mine? I don't know. I kind of want to know too. It's one of the weirdest, I'll tell you that. It's definitely one of the weirdest things that I've ever heard. But they beat up Kushida, and they just kind of leave him laying there. Dumb fumbled. Hey, that's a good tag. Dumb fumbled. That's my new term, dumb fumbled. But I'm super confused sitting here watching this chat. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, so first off, nobody really knew that Roderick Strong had a new faction. How does the announcers know that this faction's name is called Diamond Mine? Make it make sense, chat. Make it make sense. Because it didn't to me. And my second thing is, why is Roderick Strong going after the Cruiserweight title? That don't make sense to me. Roderick Strong 100% can be in that world title picture for the NXT title. He is just as good, if not better, than Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole. So I'm sitting here and I'm just like, man, this don't make sense to me. But I guess he's just going to go after the Cruiserweight title, and I don't even know if Roderick Strong can actually compete for the Cruiserweight title, because I thought you had to be under 205 to go for that title. I'm confused. I'm super confused about what's going on. But I mean, I guess he can. So I guess that's our next feud, guys, is Kushida and Roderick Strong for the Cruiserweight title. What do you guys think? You think that's a bad idea? Because to me, it's kind of not. It's not a bad idea, but it's just very confusing. Like, I'm just sitting here and I'm like, I don't understand why you're doing it. So that's NXT. So we're moving on, and let's go into Friday Night SmackDown, right? Oh, there's a lot of things that happened with Friday Night SmackDown that I was just kind of like, I'm so confused about. You think it's a great idea? Okay. I can see why you think it's a great idea, Watson, but I'm just kind of confused on the whole situation. Because, like, man, I'm just really big on Roderick Strong, and I just kind of wanted to see him go for more than a Cruiserweight title, if that makes sense. So, I'm going to move on, going SmackDown. So, SmackDown starts out, you have Roman Reigns out there, and for some reason you have Jimmy Uso instead of Jay. Okay. Jay Uso was the right hand man of Roman, right? I get that. So why do you have Jimmy out there now after Jimmy had been playing this gimmick for at least 2 or 3 weeks now, saying that he wasn't going to help Roman at all? It just didn't make sense to me. You have Jay now mad at Roman because Roman told him to kind of stay out of his business. And I guess that hurt Jay's feelings. And Jay's like, yeah, I'm going home. I'm taking my bag and I'm going home. I'm out of here. And now Jimmy's over here like, hey, Roman, I'll step up for you, brother. I'll help the head of the table. I acknowledge you. Now, chat. Jimmy Uso, 2 weeks ago, maybe last week even, was saying that he was nobody's bitch. You see me? Why is he saying that he's going to help Roman now? Did Roman Reigns promise him money? Did Roman Reigns promise him a Intercontinental title? I don't know. Because you know what? That's WWE for you. Let's just not make any sense about anything that's going on. Let's just throw something together and see if it sticks to the wall. Thank you, WWE. That's wonderful logic. I applaud you. It makes so much sense. He's the big dog. Well, you're right. He is a big dog. And for some reason, Nightbot didn't want you to have Big Dog in there. So I'm kind of confused about that. I don't know why it try to censor Big Dog for. So SmackDown goes on, and we have only one Money in the Bank qualifying match. But it's the only one that mattered to me. Because the winner of that qualifying match, Big E. And I am all about Big E, man. I am all about Big E right now. If it makes sense for anybody to take that title off Roman Reigns, it's Big E. And chat, you can agree with me. You can tell me I'm completely stupid if you want. I believe Big E is the future of that company. And yes, it was very, very sad. Big O. No, not Big O, Big E. Big E. But it was very, very sad when they broke up the New Day. And they kept Big E over on SmackDown and they moved Kofi and Xavier over, right? But since then, man, Big E has been just dominating. Like, he has been up there, and I am all about Big E right now, man. Sometimes I run around as Big E on Gears 5. I always forget that New Day's on there, and I have them unlocked on there, but I never play them. I would play as Big E. Big E deserves a world title shot. I completely 100% agree with you, Watson. Big E does deserve a world title shot, and if he doesn't win Money in the Bank, I might cry. So the Crybaby Chris emote will become a reality once again. And it won't be because I ate spicy pork rinds this time. It'll just be because Big E didn't win that briefcase. So I'm all about Big E, man. Like, I'm all about him winning that. Didn't you have Otis on there? Otis still looks like, and I hate to say it, but Otis without a beard looks like John Wayne Gacy. The dude literally looks like John Wayne Gacy. Look him up. If you haven't seen Otis without a beard, look him up. He looks like John Wayne Gacy that decided he wasn't going to murder people. He was going to wrestle in WWE. I was so surprised when I seen him. I was like, whoa. But you still have that going on, that whole stick. And I just don't really get where they're going with a lot of the wrestlers. I don't get where they're going with Otis, especially because you have Otis who's super over last year, wins Money in the Bank last year, proceeds to drop it to the Miz. Miz don't really do anything with it neither because he ends up dropping, he wins the title but drops the title a week later to Bobby Lashley. So my question is, and chat, maybe you can answer this for me. What do you think happened with Otis that Vince McMahon just didn't see it in him anymore? How does Otis go from winning Money in the Bank to being kind of a nobody on SmackDown now? Because I remember when he was in Heavy Machinery, he was over. And now that he's a heel, like even a lot of heels these days get over because, people know that it's scripted and stuff. But as a heel, he's not getting it. Like, he's just not getting over at all. Like, he's not impressing me any much as he did when he was a babyface. So I'm just super confused about where they're going with all this. Vince woke up and went to sleep. Am I ready for a first giveaway? Well, Kelly, I guess I can be ready for the first giveaway since I'm sitting here ranting so much. So let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. So our first giveaway for today, because I don't have my camera, is this little rock miniature right here. You see this, guys? And I do have the card, so I'll hold it up for you right here. So right there's the rock, right there's his card. It's not in the plastic like it shows on here because these were opened. And they got opened after the pictures got taken of them. So I think a good keyword for this is cooking. Because can you smell what the rock is cooking? And that was awful, by the way. My voice cracked. I sounded like I was going through puberty. So the keyword is going to be cooking if you want to win the rock. So make sure you spam that keyword. And you can win the rock. I see 99ish in here. Stone Cold 8, 99ish. What's funny is I do have a Stone Cold one coming up too. So if you're a fan of Stone Cold, my brother, we got one coming up. So I'll just go ahead and tell you guys what the giveaways are today. The giveaways are The Rock, obviously, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the dead man himself, Undertaker. And chat, please don't make fun of me because I'm really bad at this. Keyword rock. Okay, the keyword's rock, so go ahead and spam rock. Kelly takes all my fun away. I try to make it a cool keyword, and he just makes it rock. Okay, so guys, you know what you're winning right here. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to full cam so you guys know what you guys are playing for. So, let's talk about towards the end of SmackDown, right? So, towards the end of SmackDown, you have Roman Reigns coming out there, being Roman Reigns, being, the heel that he is. And he's just like, nobody's going to face me. I beat everybody, blah, 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 blah. I beat this person. I beat that person. I beat this guy. I beat that guy. And he's like, I ain't got nobody else to wrestle. But then it happens, chat. Oh, it happens. You hear, you think you know me. And then my boy comes back. We ain't seen my boy since WrestleMania. And man, when he comes back and he's pretty jacked looking too. He was huge. Like, I've seen Edge like jacked before, but I was like, whoa. I was like, he's been working out for like 4 months and he's been on like some kind of diet or something. Because, he was absolutely huge. So he comes out there and he beats up Roman. There was a fantastic return for Edge. I completely agree, man. I was so happy to see him return like that. Because if you hadn't watched Mania, you're not a real wrestling fan, so you get out of here. And I'm just kidding, chat. Don't do that. I'm completely kidding. But if you hadn't watched Mania, Edge didn't get his one-on-one match like he was supposed to. It was added with Daniel Bryan in a triple threat match because they said Edge looked too old. Okay, I get that. Edge does look old. Edge is almost a 50-year-old man. He's going to look old. But they added Daniel Bryan because they didn't want him to look so old against Roman. I completely, I get that. That's fine. But it just really ticked me off that Edge didn't get that one-on-one match because, Chad, if you know me, you know I am an Edge head. I'm wearing an Edge shirt. I love Edge. That's been my boy since 1998, 99, something like that. Whenever he jumped off the ladder at TLC WrestleMania, whenever he did that on the Jeff Hardy, that's when he sold me as my favorite wrestler. But I was really upset to see that he didn't get that singles match that he deserved because he won the Royal Rumble. So I was super, super happy to see Edge come back and just beat the absolute dog snot out of Roman. And at the end of it, oh man, I got chills watching it. It was that Edge that I grew up loving, chat. Like, that was the Edge that I loved growing up. And my voice is going out because I'm getting excited talking about it. Excuse me. But I was super excited about it because it was that Edge I had loved since I was a little kid. It was the rated R superstar. It was the ultimate opportunist. It was, I'll do anything to get that title. And that's the Edge I wanted from the beginning when he first came back. I want that Edge that will do anything to get that title. Because that right there is what sold me as a good character. Is you take that opportunity, you become that heel that will do anything to keep your title or get the title. And that's what we need. Him playing a babyface with it works just fine because Edge is just that good. He knows how to do that. He knows how to click it and turn it off and on when he needs to. And that's why it made me so sad when he retired 11 years ago, because you lost one of your best wrestlers when that happened. Edge is one of the guys. He is a top contender guy because he will go out there and take the bumps that a lot of wrestlers are not willing to take. And if you don't believe me, go back and watch a lot of Edge's bumps. One of the most notable ones is the attitude adjustment that he took from Cena at SummerSlam 06 or 07. Go back and watch that. Because please tell me that Edge can't, take a bump. He takes an attitude adjustment from that ladder through two tables. Edge knows how to take a bump. But it just made me so angry that he didn't get that one-on-one shot. And now he is. They've already confirmed it. They confirmed it, I believe, 2 days ago, that it will 100% be Roman Reigns versus Edge at Money in the Bank for the Universal title. That's one title Edge has never held because it was new when he was retired. I want to see Edge win this so bad. And I know what you're sitting there thinking right now. I know it because I'm a wrestling fan, and I think the same thing. You're saying, Chris, man, he's a legend. He's in the Hall of Fame. Edge has kind of done everything that he needs to do. Why do you need Edge to go over on Roman Reigns and win that title? You know why, chat? You know why I want to see him win that title? Because Edge never technically lost that title when he first had to retire. And it's true. Look it up. If you wasn't around in 2011 and watching wrestling, look it up. He never lost that title. He had to relinquish the title because he was like, no, Scotty, it does not matter if it's cap or not. It is not cap sensitive at all. So you're good. But he never lost that title. So that's what makes me so happy about this, is if Edge gets just one more world title shot, man, obviously I don't want you to keep putting this title on Edge because it will get dry after so long, and I know it will. But reroll if you win. You don't want it. You don't want it 99ish. If you win, bro, we'll send it out to you. I don't care. I want to be fair with it. We got 2 more giveaways, so everybody's got a good chance to win. But I'm just so happy that he finally gets his singles match for the title that he never lost. And I would mark out as the biggest mark in history if Edge won that Universal title. And I agree with you, Watson. I really want Roman to lose that title to Edge also. And it's just not because Edge is my favorite wrestler, but it's really just because I think Edge deserves. He 100% deserves one more title shot before he calls it quits for good. So that's all I got to talk about with SmackDown. So before we get into AEW, let's go ahead and roll for that giveaway. So Kelly, roll that giveaway, that beautiful bean footage. So guys, AEW was on Saturday. 99ish has won. And I know he said re-roll it, but I don't want to re-roll it. I'd rather him keep it. So we'll just say that 99ish won the Rock. He's a prophet. He knew. You're right. You're 100% right. He knew. I'm still going to send him the Rock because he won it fair and square. He did enter the giveaway. So 99ish won that. But don't worry, guys. If you're still here, we have 2 more giveaways. We have Stone Cold Steve Austin. And we have the dead man himself. But going into AEW, it was on Saturday. And this what really made me sad about this. The last time that we had a Saturday night AEW event, Mr. Brody Lee won the TNT title from Cody Rhodes. If you're a wrestling fan, you know Mr. Brody Lee is no longer with us. He passed away back in December from lung issues. So you really, really, really had to work to get the show just right because that's all they could talk about was the last time that AEW was on a Saturday night that Mr. Brody Lee won the TNT title on the main event. You had to make the show special to do even do justice for that last one. So rest in peace, Brody. Yes, I 100% agree. Brody Lee was taken from us far too soon. One of the best workers in professional wrestling, honestly. I loved what he did with the Exalted One in AEW. I thought that was a great gimmick. But I agree 100%, Scott. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. Taken from us way too soon, man. But AEW starts out strong, right? So your main event for that is Jungle Boy versus Kenny Omega. So Jungle Boy wins the Casino Battle Royal from the last pay-per-view. And you don't believe that Jungle Boy really stands a chance, right? Because you look at Jungle Boy, you look at Kenny Omega. Come on, chat. Who do you think's going to win that realistic, like, being real? Come on. You know it's Kenny Omega. And it was sad because, like, you see Jungle Boy, he makes these great promos. He's super over with the crowd right now because AEW has their crowd back. And they even sing his song when he comes out, but you know he's not picking up the AEW World title because people would lose their minds. Like, legit. Honestly, people would lose their minds if he won that. You can't put the title on Jungle Boy because you got people like, and please don't scold me, Jim Cornette, for calling you out on this, but you got people like Jim Cornette who don't like gimmicks like that. And he would absolutely tear AEW apart if it came down to Jungle Boy winning the world title on AEW. And it's really sad because, like, I want to see Jungle Boy pick up a title, whether it be the tag team titles with Luchasaurus or it just being the TNT title. But I knew going into it, I was like, he's not winning this AEW world title. It's just not, it's not in the cards. So the match is great, and I'll get into it a little bit. But everything that happened before on AEW, it it was kind of lackluster. So let me look this up, chat, and because like I said, it was on a Saturday night, and I was kind of busy on Saturday, so I didn't really get to catch it live. So let me go into this, and I'll talk about everything that happened because it was kind of a lackluster show, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, you got to go into this thinking that this is going to be a great show, but it's not. Like, it's really not. And let me go ahead and switch this over for you guys. Oh, wrong one. There we go. So, your first match is you have Hangman Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs, right? So, Powerhouse Hobbs has been great. He's on Team Taz, and he's actually going into this as like a dominator kind of character. Like, he's going to go in there and dominate Hangman Page. But the thing is Hangman Page is Hangman Page. And if you can see right here, chat, Page defeated Hobbs. So this was really an uncalled for match because, like, you don't need Hobbs to lose because you need to put Hobbs over, right? You want to establish Hobbs as a force for Team Taz. So he goes into this losing to Hangman Page, but you also don't want Hangman Page to lose this match. Because Hangman Page loses this match, it looks bad on him too. Because you want Hangman Page to be one of your top stars in AEW. So in my opinion, this match just didn't need to happen. It didn't need to happen at all. But I get it because you're trying to, have Team Taz still relevant and still have them doing stuff. That's fine. But you need to do more with them. And that's my biggest complaint with AEW right now is you have all this talent, and they know they have this talent. They're not like WWE and neglect it. They know they have it. They just don't have the room for it. They don't know what to do with it. And I think that's why AEW is creating new shows now. Like, they have 2 dark shows that live stream on YouTube, and they're creating another show that's going to be on TBS in the fall. And I think that's why they're doing this, because they really just don't know what to do with their talent right now. Which is understandable because you've got one show that's on TV and you've got to try to cram everybody into that within a 2-hour time period. It gets tough. I get that. So you go down here, and this just didn't make sense to me. Tully Blanchard and Conan face to face. I guess. I mean, sure. Not sure why, but sure, I guess. I kind of get it because, Conan is like, he's either related or he's just like really good friends with Santana and Ortiz. And then you have Tony Blanchard, who is the manager for the Pinnacle right now. I get it because, they're all feuding with each other. But when you have so much talent, and this is where I really kind of irk at AEW, when you have so much talent and you don't already have enough time to put them on the 2-hour show that you have on TV, why are you doing stuff like this? Why is this a thing? Okay, whatever. I don't write the shows. That's fine. And then you go on to this. This is another throwaway match. Matt Sydal versus Dante Martin. So, chat, I want to ask you, and this is mainly for Watson and iDrum Pro, and probably 99ish if he's back. But you guys are wrestling fans. Do you remember who Matt Sydal is? Because he worked in WWE. He just worked under a different name. So I want to know, chat. Do you know who Matt Sydal is? Because I really, really want to know. But like I said, throwaway match. This match didn't need to happen. I get you're trying to get Dante Martin over because Dante Martin literally just kind of started a couple months ago, and he's not really been doing anything. Like, you kind of got him started, you ain't doing nothing with him. I get it. So you have Sydal defeating Martin. That's probably a no-no. You really didn't need that because if you guys didn't know, Matt Sydal is Evan Bourne. So there you go. That's Evan Bourne for you. So Sydal wins. It's me. No, that's not you. Don't you lie to me like that. So Sydal wins. Didn't need it. Martin needed that win. Okay, it's a C+. I completely agree why they gave this a C+. It's a throwaway match. You don't need it. So then we have Ethan Page versus Bear Bronson. Do you see the pattern I'm going here with this chat on throwaway matches? So first off, Bear Country, which is these two fine looking, bearded gentlemen right here to your right, they are not really doing anything right now. And right now is the time that you need to establish these guys as a dominant tag team because they're both really good in-work competitors, but they really honestly need that push, that little oomph to get them there, right? It don't happen. As you can see, you have Page defeating Bronson. I completely get it. You have Ethan Page who's way over and like as a heel, especially with him and Scorpio Sky being a tag team. But man, you really got to start getting these younger talents over. AEW is kind of like WCW back when Bret Hart was there. I agree, Watson. And that's coming from an AEW mark because I'm a big fan of AEW. Don't get me wrong, but I pick apart a lot of things with AEW that they need to change before they turn into the generic WWE, in my opinion. And this is one of them. Is you need to put people like Bronson over, not Page, not Ethan Page. Ethan Page would have been fine without that win. Trust me. Then we go down here. You have another throwaway match. This is on a Saturday night, guys. This is a Saturday night where these are supposed to be special shows, right? It wasn't. It just wasn't. Like, there was just nothing really that great about it. And so you have Chris Statlander, great wrestler. You versus the Bunny, great wrestler. Why though? It don't make sense. Are you just doing it to get Chris Statlander out there because she came back from injury? That's fine if you are, but man, it just don't make sense on why you're doing it. So that's my biggest complaint with the show this past Saturday is all of these matches were for nothing. They were for nothing. And as you see, Statlander defeated the Bunny because the Bunny don't win. The Butcher and the Blade might as well just go somewhere else at this point because they were being used all the time, and now they are on the dark shows. Vince must help write the shows. I believe it, Watson. 100% I believe it. So now we're getting into the last match of the night. Everything else on here has been kind of thrown away. Not really any reason to do it. Now you're getting into the last match of the night. Your main event, Kenny Omega versus Jungle Boy. But before we get into that, we're going to do our second giveaway. So Kelly, I hope you're by, because our second giveaway for tonight, and let me go ahead and pull it up here for you guys. if I can type, is old Stone Cold himself. So this is your second giveaway for tonight, guys. So our keyword for this is going to be rattlesnake, because he's a Texas rattlesnake. And give me a hell yeah. So keyword rattlesnake. So man behind the camera, whenever you can get that keyword out there for him. No rush. But that's the keyword for you guys. So, Scotty, I know you really wanted this because you told me you did. So, if you want this, keyword rattlesnake. One word, too. No spaces. Just one word, rattlesnake. So, I'm going to go back over here because you guys see what you're playing for. And, no, that's not what I was going for. So, this could have been a great match. And it was, because I went back and watched this. But there was a lot of stuff that needed to be done that hadn't been done. So, yes, as it says right here, biggest matches of his young career. 99, you just got back and you realized you won the Rock, didn't you? Hell did I know. And 99, I ain't re-rolling it. It's yours. You're getting the Rock. I'm not re-rolling it. This is your Rock. I'm still waiting on Kelly for that keyword. If he doesn't do it, I'll go ahead and do it. Because I know how to do it too, because I'm smart. Well, smart-ish, anyway. I don't know if he's come back yet or not, so I'll go ahead and just do it. Maybe not, just kidding. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding, chat. Oh, okay. So, biggest match of his career, right? So you have Kenny Omega going out there. He does his classic heel stuff where, you know, shenanigans. Of course, he tries to get like everybody involved. Like he's trying to get like, you know, the Young Bucks involved, the Good Brothers, all that good stuff. But this was a very interesting turn to how this match ended up. So, yeah, you see right here, Omega defeated Jungle Boy to retain. So, this was a very interesting match on how this ended up happening. And, Kelly, I still don't know if you're back, but I do need a giveaway as soon as you get back. So, let me know when you're back. So, it turns out, you know, Jungle Boy, he loses. After that, he gets beat down because that's the normal heel thing to do, right? You have Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, and the Good Brothers out there absolutely beating the crap out of Jungle Boy. Well, Christian shows up, Penta shows up, and Eddie Kingston all come out there to help. So I completely get why they come out there to help, because you have them beating up Jungle Boy, and they've been doing this for weeks, right? So they finally run the heels out. They finally get out. They're gone. But what I want to talk about is towards the end of that. Eddie Kingston did something that it's kind of hard to believe that he did it. He goes in there and he does the whole, hey, we're better than that other company. You know who that other company is. He says that we're not here to make a paycheck. We're not here to do this. We're not here to do that. We're here to entertain you guys. So I completely like that about Eddie Kingston, and and I'm not going to lie, I get really like emotional during promos that come from the heart. So when he's out there giving his heart promo and telling everybody that, AEW is doing this for the fans, they're not doing this for the money, that they do it because they love it, I'm getting kind of teary eyed. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, this is rough to watch because like Eddie Kingston really knows how to tug at your heartstrings when it comes to cutting promos. And that's why he's one of the best, in my opinion, on AEW, because he really knows how to just tear you up about it. But I really liked how he did it. And he was just like, we're not here to do this. We're not here to do that. We're here to, entertain you guys. And at the end of the day, we just want to see everybody go home safe. And we actually care about the fans. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, man, you're getting me, Eddie. You're really getting the heartstrings on this, Eddie. And that's something that sets a lot of workers back with wrestling, is when you don't have that heart anymore for it, So that's what really just made me happy about it. So guys, I don't know where Kelly is, and I apologize because I really want to get this giveaway going. So I'm going to take a quick 2-minute, 3-minute break, and I'm going to go to the other computer, and I'm going to start the giveaway up myself. So when you see it pop up, go ahead and spam that keyword, or key that spam word, rattlesnake. So guys, I'll be back in about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes, not even that long really. It'll take me literally like 2 minutes. But I'll be back, and I'm going to get the keyword going for you guys. And as soon as I get it going, I'll be back. So be patient and don't leave and don't go anywhere because I got a couple of giveaways for you guys. I told you guys I wouldn't be gone that long. And you missed me for nothing, didn't you guys? I about knocked my tee off in the floor too when I got up. Don't tell nobody. I'm here by myself right now, so don't tell nobody about that. But guys, that was pretty much the shows for this week. So I'm going to go ahead and switch gears because I took up a lot more time than I expected to with that segment. And I'm going to get into some of the dirt sheets that's been going on. So guys, make sure you spam that keyword or, for rattlesnake if you want to win Stone Cold and take them home with you. Because I know you guys want them. You got to want Stone Cold. So I'm going to get into the dirt sheets a little bit. It turns out that we've been missing a certain wrestler from Monday Night Raw. And that certain wrestler has been a Mr. Keith Lee. So I'm sure a lot of you have been wondering the same thing I have. Where's Keith Lee? Why has he not been on Raw? Why has he not been doing anything? So I figured out Keith Lee is in a legal suit right now about his name with WWE. WWE is literally trying to get copyright of this man's actual name, and that way he can't use it if he goes anywhere else on the indies Keith Lee cannot use that name. So that's where he's been. And honestly, I don't know where this is going to go for this poor dude. This could go one or two ways for Mr. Keith Lee. Either one, Keith Lee ends up winning, and is that real name or wrestling name? I'm pretty sure it's his wrestling name, but he's been using it. Like, that's like the wrestling name that he's been using for decades almost. Like, I mean, the man's been wrestling since he's been like 19 or something. But this can go one or two ways for Mr. Keith Lee. Guys, I'm about to spam the hell out of this. He really wants that. He really wants that Stone Cold. But what I believe is going to happen, Keith Lee is probably going to be, we wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, because he's suing WWE while he's employed by WWE. Anybody in their right mind knows you don't want to probably sue the company you're working for, right? So he's trying to get his name back. That way, if he gets fired, he can still use the name Keith Lee. And I just don't know where it's going to go for him, man, because like, it's really kind of upsetting that he's not getting pushed. He's not getting used. He's not getting anything that he wants, because Vince McMahon just don't see it in him. Now, if you guys remember Palmer last week, he was wearing a Keith Lee shirt because Palmer is a big fan of Keith Lee. I am too. I'm a huge fan of Keith Lee. Oh, wow, Scotty, you're really spamming that. He really wants that Stone Cold. Watch him not win it. Watson wins it. I'll crack up. But he's really, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really just kind of upset that you took somebody who could have been one of your biggest stars. You're trying to take his name from him that he's used for decades, and now you're just not going to do anything with him. Like, that's the WWE syndrome. Is like, you take away this guy's name, and then you kind of throw him out to the wolves after that, and you didn't use him for anything after he was a big star in the indies. It's so disappointing to see WWE do this, and it just really hurts my feelings that they're doing this to this poor guy. And I don't know what the future holds for Keith Lee, guys. I really don't. But I really hope whatever the future does hold for him is nothing but the best, because the guy's marvelous. He's a great in-ring competitor, and he honestly deserves a whole lot more than what WWE is giving him. In other news, Kevin Owens is taking off some time, which is kind of odd, because Kevin Owens hasn't taken off for just a vacation in a long time. And I know what you're sitting there thinking. You're like, well, Chris, everybody needs to take some vacation time, right? And yeah, you're right. Everybody does need to take some vacation time. But when you work for WWE, you can't really, because you get forgotten about. You kind of get thrown into the back burner. Nobody really cares about you anymore when you take vacation time or you get injured. That's why a lot of wrestlers, chat, will come back, and they will come back on a injury, on like a really bad injury too, to the point to where they just kind of need, assistance and stuff. And that's getting rest for when the fans come back. I hope that's what it is, Watson. I really hope that's what it is for KO, because I'm a big fan of KO, and I hate that they've not really done much with him, so I can kind of see why he's taking a vacation. But I don't know, man. I'm really worried about KO when he comes back. I'm afraid they'll kind of start giving him that Keith Lee treatment, not doing anything with him. But that's the two big stories that I've heard from this week. Is Keith Lee's in a lawsuit with WWE trying to get copyrights to his name, and then Kevin Owens is taking vacation time. Can that hurt Kevin Owens? Absolutely, that can hurt Kevin Owens, because, like I told you, you get injured or you take vacation time, you kind of get forgotten about. So I hope nothing happens between both of them because they're both amazing workers. And I really hope that both of them can come back and shine like they should. But you never know. Uh, I got the Stun the World shirt. Heck yeah. So before I get into my third segment, because I am scrapping for time and I'm trying to rush things up here, let's go ahead and roll for that giveaway. Let's see who won Stone Cold and taking Stone Cold home with them. Because I'm really curious. I need to know. Oh, yeah, I can roll it. Yeah, let me go roll it real quick, chat. I'll be right back again. Another quick BRB. And it looks like Mr. Watson has won the giveaway. So congratulations, Watson. So I'm going to ask you, Watson, because I know you like your stuff getting autographed. Do you want me to autograph the card? Because I can. And I don't care to. But if you want me to autograph the card, because I know you like your stuff autographed and you said you're trying to collect autograph stuff from us, I can 100% autograph the card right here for you, brother. And I don't care a bit to do it. So just let me know. Do you do want me to sign it? I'll sign it for you, Watson. No problem. So I'll get that shipped out to you tomorrow, man. And let's go ahead and get into our third giveaway because, yeah, it's kind of getting, scrapped for time. You want to go shower, guys? BRB. All right. We'll talk to you later, man. So let's go ahead and get into our third giveaway, and I'll pull it up again for you guys once again. If I could, like I said, if I could spell. So here is our last giveaway for tonight. And it is the dead man himself, Mr. Undertaker. So, Kelly, if you can get control of, you got this one? Okay. Let's use dead man for this one. One word, dead man. That's it. Oh, Taker? Well, that works too. So, spam that keyword Taker. Okay, just kidding. Okay, so it is dead man. Okay, so it's actually dead man, guys. Kelly kind of got confused there. And Watson's like, yeah, I want this one too, so I'm going to enter for this one. So let's go ahead and we'll get into our next segment here. And I want to talk a little bit about Money in the Bank. So, Money in the Bank coming up in a couple weeks, right? So, for all the participants that's in it so far, which is only Riddle, Ricochet, Big E, and somebody else. Watson, who am I missing? I know you'll know because you're a wrestling fan. You're a hardcore wrestling fan like I am. I'm remembering 3 of them, but I'm forgetting one. I've got Riddle. I've got Riddle. I've got Big E. And I've got Ricochet. I know there's somebody else I'm forgetting, though. And who is that? Let me know. But out of everybody that I think is actually going to win Money in the Bank, I 100% believe it's going to be Big E so far. But that's just so far because we don't have all our participants yet. But I'm a big fan of Big E, so I'm really pushing for Big E to win this because Big E needs this. I really want to see maybe Alexa Bliss pick it up for the women's side because, man, I'm just kind of getting burnt out, man, on Alexa Bliss's gimmick. Like, it's just so boring now. Like, they're not really doing anything with her, and it's just talking about a possessed doll. And I'm like, man, just do something with her already. Like, there's nothing to do. Like, just do something with her. So, guys, I want to know, what's your predictions? Who do you think is walking out with Money in the Bank from the participants that we know so far? Because I'm thinking Alexa Bliss, and I'm also thinking, Big E. That's my predictions. I want to hear your guys' predictions. Tell me in the Discord if you don't want to tell me on here. We're in Discord. If you're not in there, you need to get in Discord because, guys, Discord's fun. It's really fun. We get in there and we just talk and chat and just kind of ramble on with each other. It's really fun. So go ahead, keep spamming that keyword, king that spam word, whatever you want to say. And I don't know, man. I kind of, oh yeah, I forgot. John Morrison. Thank you, Watson. John Morrison's in there. And I would love to see John Morrison actually kind of get it too, because John Morrison's never held a world title. So that's kind of, hey, WWE, make that happen. Big E or John Morrison. That's my two picks. Give me one of those. Yeah, I want Alexa Bliss to win too, Watson. I'm really wanting her to take that home. Because that's just, hey, we're getting rated. Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it so much. Guys, if you're new here, welcome to Tables, Ladders, and Trolls. This is the Troll and Toad podcast for wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan, stick around. Money in the briefcase. Guys, I appreciate it so much. Thank you for the raid. It's amazing. Guys, if you're also new here, we have a giveaway going, and I'll pull it back up for you guys since we got some new guys in here. Make sure you are following before you enter this giveaway, though, because we will have to re-roll if you're not. So, guys, right here, we got a giveaway going for Undertaker Hero Clicks. So, if you're a wrestling fan, spam the keyword Deadman, and you can be entered. But make sure you are following, and if you are subscribed to us, it's double entries. I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You can if you want to. It'd be highly appreciated. But if you want to enter this giveaway, enter the keyword Deadman. And the guys, that's awesome. I've never been rated yet while I've been doing a show, so that's great. I like it. I appreciate it so much. And we got some more entries. Hey, I appreciate it, guys. Yes, just like that. Exactly like that. UK available? Yeah, sure, should be. We send giveaways out to a guy in Argentina, so it definitely should be available for over there too. Hey, I appreciate it so much. Guys, follow us because we have great shows every day. We try to stream every day, and I am so happy to see this because this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I love seeing new people in the chat. And I absolutely love just seeing new chat interaction. So, guys, right now is a great time for me to go over our shows, actually. So, I'll go ahead and get out of this and go back to full cam here. And, guys, we have shows, like I said, every day. In the words of Ric Flair, woo, I like it. I like you. I like you a lot. I hope you stick around. I like you a lot. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to talk about our show since we have so many new people in here. So, today is Tables, Ladders, and Trolls. This is our wrestling podcast, and this is where I get on here and rant about wrestling. Normally, I have a co-host that sits right here, but everybody was either sick or just couldn't do anything. And, but yes, make sure you are following, guys. That's the only way to enter the giveaway is you have to be following us. So, oh, you calling me a handsome devil? I like you. I like you too. You're the handsome devil. But this is our wrestling podcast. We do this from 5:30 to about 7:30 every Monday. Then tomorrow we have came for the wrestling thing for the beard. Thank you, dude. You're awesome. You guys are awesome. You're gonna make me cry. You really are. You're gonna make me cry over here. But tomorrow we have my other show called CNH Collectibles. And guys, what that show is we get on there and we talk about pop figures and like collectibles and just like anything that we have out on Troll and Toad's like warehouse. We tried to make a show about it and talk about it. Tomorrow is our Lego episode. So if you guys enjoy Legos, I'm going to have some really nice Legos on here tomorrow to talk about. And I've got a really good giveaway for that too. So make sure you guys stick around for that. That will be from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. And yes, join our Discord. Thank you, Kelly. If you're not in our Discord, join our Discord because we love getting new people in there. Oh, I love talking to people. If you can't tell, I'm sitting here talking to a camera, talking to you guys by myself. I can't shut up. I love talking. Collectibles, hell yeah. Got my figures on display for my streams. Dude, what kind of figures do you have? Get in Discord and tell me. I love knowing about people's figures. I love knowing about collectibles. Dude, you're getting me so excited right now. I'm like a little giddy, like a little skitty schoolgirl over here. But then on Wednesdays, we have Drew's Poke Shop from 2 to about 4 p.m. Eastern. And Drew's Poke Shop is exactly what it sounds like. It's Pokemon. It's our Pokemon stream. He does some really great giveaways on there, so like packs and stuff like that. So if you guys are in the Pokemon packs, make sure you guys stick around for that because that's a great show. And then right after that, about 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow or Wednesday, today's Monday, we have collecting the AEW stuff at the moment. Picked up the Cody TNT. Dude, that's a great figure. I want that figure myself. Sorry, Kelly, I keep getting thrown off because these guys are awesome and they're talking to me. What great state are we from? We are from Kentucky. If you can't tell by the hick accent that I have, we are from Kentucky. And, dude, I love that TNT championship, champion figure, though. I actually got my blood brothers in, the Cody and Dustin Rhodes. I got them in. Like about a couple weeks ago, and they are some of my favorite figures yet. But anyway, going back to my shows, also on Wednesday we have Magic with Kelly and Logan. Kelly is the guy behind the camera right now from the Troll and Toad account. If you guys don't know Magic, you guys should definitely watch that. It's very entertaining, and they give away packs on there, and they give away web credit. We give away web credit, guys. Like we do some web credit giveaways sometimes, and you can buy anything on our site. Like it's great. Sorry for throwing you off. No, dude, I get thrown off all the time. It's not your fault. I promise. I love talking to people. So I love that you guys are in here talking to me right now. This is awesome. And then on Thursdays, we have Troll versus Toad. Now, Troll versus Toad is, from 2 p.m. to about 4 p.m. Eastern. And, we are actually doing Dragon Ball Z Fighters this week. So what, Troll versus Toad is, and I know there's a lot of new people in here, so I'm going to try to explain it to you guys. What Troll vs. Toad is it's basically all the employees from Troll and Toad that want to play. We all play like some kind of game on stream and just for entertainment. That's literally all it's for. But we try to use games that we have like on site. That way, like, you know, it's actually kind of promoting the company a little bit too, you know. You know. Usually something in stock, yeah. So we are doing Dragon Ball Z Fighters on Thursday for Troll vs. Toad. You'll see me in there, and you'll see all of our other hosts, and they're awesome. And then we have another show after that called TNT Tactics, which is a tabletop show with my other co-host from Collectibles, Josh Hampton, and another guy who usually co-hosts this show with me, Jason Palmer. That's their show. They get on there and they talk about different tabletop games and what we have and, like, you know, tabletop games they want to play. And then right after that, we have Josh Hampton again with Happy Little Orcs. Now, Happy Little Orcs is kind of what you're thinking. It's a Bob Ross show, but with miniatures. And he sits there and paints miniatures for about 2 hours. So that starts at 6 p.m. Eastern, and that runs to about 8 p.m. Eastern. And then on Fridays, we have Magic with Logan, it's just Logan, not Logan and Kelly. And that's at 2 p.m. Eastern. and he usually does like commander decks and stuff like that on Arena. So you guys should definitely check that out because that's awesome. And then right after that, around like, is it 4 p.m. now? Kelly, did we change that schedule finally for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Super Show? It's either 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. Eastern, guys, but Kelly will confirm it here in a minute. Oh, no. Okay, so it's okay, still 6? Okay, so at 6 p.m. Eastern on Fridays, we have the Yu-Gi-Oh! Super Show. Now, if you guys aren't a big Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan like I am, just get in there and entertain and just like talk to the host because, yes, the bald JT and the JT with the helmet, that's our host for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Super Show. Guys, he's funny. He is absolutely hilarious, and I crack up every time I'm watching him, and he's just a meme. He's literally just a meme, so if you guys just want to get in there and just want to watch people get wild, that's the show for you guys. And then this coming Saturday, if you guys are into D&D, we have a D&D campaign on Saturdays. And I think we're going to try to switch that one up a little bit and start a little bit earlier. So we're going to do that one about 5:30 p.m. Eastern. And so, guys, if you guys are into D&D, I'm in the D&D campaign. So if you like watching me, you can watch me be goofy. I completely change characters on that. Think of it as like a wrestling character, and I'm working the gimmick. So I work the gimmick in that really well to where pretty much the rest of the guys hate me. But our D&D campaign's really fun. You should definitely check that out. Even if you're not in the D&D, it's just fun to watch. So, guys, I really appreciate the raid. I appreciate the new guys that are in here. You guys are absolutely mind-blowing, and I love you all. Like, you guys are absolutely great. I love it. So, clap chat, raid hype. Oh, yes, definitely. I appreciate it so much, guys. Like, this has absolutely made my night. Like, I am absolutely stoked right now. Like, I'm giddy. I'm like a giddy schoolgirl right now. So, Kelly, let's go ahead and roll for the giveaway. Since we got some new guys in here entering, let's see who wins. Oh, looks like Watson has won the giveaway. So, guys, if you're new here and you haven't won the giveaway today, there is plenty of chances to win other giveaways on other shows. We try to do giveaways about every show, whether it be physical items or web credit for the Troll and Toad site. So we usually give about $25 web credit to the Troll and Toad site. And, I'm kind of feeling generous on this. And if Kelly's cool with it, you want to do a $25 web credit giveaway? You cool with that? Could I sign the taker card? Could Kelly sign the taker card? Yeah, I'll make him sign the taker card. So you guys want to do $25 web credits? Because that sounds like a good idea to me. Keyword web credits. So guys, go ahead and do what you did with the Undertaker and just type in web credits to win some web credits. Oh, there's Germs and Broads Panda. They ain't talked the entire chat. They're jumping in for the web credits. I like it. I like it a lot. Since I got rated, I had to do a web credit giveaway because we got new people in here and I'm all about this. So guys, spam that keyword or key that spam word. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about this real quick before we end the show. So guys, we have some Topps Chrome 2020 booster cards. Like, these are awesome. We're not ranting about Vince. I know it is, Kelly. I know it is. But these are awesome. I was looking at these on the site, and I was like, man, this would be great to have. So, guys, what I want to do with this, I kind of want to do a box break with these. We have about 6 boxes on site, and if I can talk people into doing a box break, would you guys be interested in buying a spot for a box break on these? Because I think that would be awesome to bust these and see who could get the better pulls with these. But if you guys want to buy just a box for yourself, we do have these on site. They're about $125, give or take. But it's a great, great, great product to have. So, guys, if you want to do a box break with this, let me know, and I could probably get one set up. So, I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And guys, I just want to tell you all that it's been a great show. And you would, Watson? All right, we got one. Any of the new guys, would you guys be interested in a box break? If you guys don't really know what a box break is, I can explain it to you guys. Um, but I have really appreciate the love that I got here tonight, especially being here by myself and not having a co-host. I went into this kind of dreading it because I was like, man, I just don't have a co-host, and it's really hard for me to like do my shows without a co-host because I'm so used to either working with Hampton or working with somebody. Killed it. I appreciate that, Kelly. I appreciate that a lot. Um, of course, you would love to see some packs busted. Would you want to buy into it, Mr. Scott? It'd probably be cheap. Always comes together in the end, good man. Always. I appreciate it so much, man. Like I appreciate everybody that dropped in today, that's chatted with me, that's just had a good time talking about wrestling, because wrestling is a strong passion for me, and I'm so happy that this podcast has taken off like it has, and that I can continue doing stuff like this for you guys because I love doing this, and this is honestly a dream job for me. So I'm just so appreciative that you guys like watching me, especially when I'm up here ranting by myself and just talking about wrestling for 2 hours. Make sure I'm here for wrestling talk going forward. Love me some good old wrestling. Well, Chicken and Rice Podcast, let me tell you, man, if you wasn't here for that, we do this every Monday from 5:30 p.m. to about 7:20-ish, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And I usually always try to have some kind of good wrestling giveaway for you guys because I love this community. I love talking to other wrestling fans outside of work because there's a lot of wrestling fans here at work. And I just love being able to do this for you guys and entertain you guys. So it's honestly very appreciative that you guys do this for me, especially when I'm here by myself, ranting like I am right now and probably sounding pretty dumb and probably sounding pretty sappy, but it's honestly 100% appreciated. So like I said, guys, I went over all the, I didn't care anything about wrestling. Bronze Panda, it's appreciated you just being in here, man. I appreciate every stream that you got, that all of our regulars are in. You guys will literally get into any of our streams and just sit here and watch them. And that's so appreciated. That is so, so appreciated from you guys. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and quit ranting and quit rambling. And since we got a few people entering, I guess we'll go ahead and roll this out because I'm kind of out for today. Like I said, I kind of thought I was going to have a co-host, so I figured this would run a little bit quicker, but I guess I can I stretched it out for 2 hours for as long as I could. Hey, Panda, you won the giveaway. Congratulations, man. You got you some web credits. But guys, I appreciate everything. Watson, I'm going to get your Stone Cold card signed for you, and I will make Kelly sign the Undertaker card for you, even if I got to hold his hand down here and make him sign it and put a fake gun to his head. I won't really do that, but it'd be hilarious if I did. But guys, I appreciate it so much. Make sure you guys stick around for CNH Collectibles tomorrow, because I'll be on there. God dang, I'll just sign it. And guys, have a good night. Enjoy some wrestling tonight, or don't enjoy some wrestling, because you could be like me and just, not really enjoy Monday Night Raw that much. But be safe wherever you are. Have a great night. Have a great week. And I'll catch you all tomorrow on CNH Collectibles. But until then, I'm Chris the Collector, and this is Nobody, and I'm out of here. So take it easy and have a good night, guys.